let's introduce the athletes as we get straight into the finals action. Here is Erika Pinkston, who picked up a couple of bronze medals in her World Cup debut in Cairo last year. From Belgium, she qualified second in the balance beam final. Qualifying top, though, with 13.770s, Ondine Achampong, who represents Great Britain. Okamura Mana of Japan, and the 18-year-old, a D-score of 5.6, so looking for a better E-score to challenge from qualification. Lai Pinju from Chinese Taipei in yet another final. Lucia Hribar of Slovenia has already qualified for the Paris Olympic Games. She's here working on her form, the 22-year-old from Ljubljana. Eitora Thorsdottir of Netherlands, 25-year-old dual Icelandic citizen, will go in this final as well. Olympic champion on uneven bars, Nina Derval of Belgium, goes as the 7th competitor in the balance beam final, while Cassandra Lustelot of Mexico will be last to go. She qualified 5th overall and has the joint highest difficulty in this final. The athletes ready, and the judges will be assessing and evaluating each and every competitor in real time. No benefit of slow motion replays for the judges. But those are the finalists for the balance beam. Introducing the finalists for the men's vault, where Arte Davtjan has an opportunity to win a 7th gold medal from his last 7 events. Jakob Karlsson, though, of Norway will be first to go, the 2018 Youth Olympic Games bronze medalist in Buenos Aires. Mahdi Ulfati from Islamic Republic of Iran, a fabulous vaulter. The 22-year-old will go second in the rotation. Dimitar Dimitrov of Bulgaria, 27-year-old who qualified 6th for this final. The spectacular Shek Hong, twice a bronze medalist in the World Cup series last year in Cottbus and Baku. He finds himself going 3rd in the qualifying 3rd in this men's vault final. Trinh Hai Kang of Vietnam, the 23-year-old from Hanoi, he goes 5th. Nazar Chipurni will be challenging Arte Davtjan for the gold medal. Make no mistake, the 21-year-old Ukrainian, a spectacular vaulter. James Buckwetty of Australia, the smiling man from Canberra, very clean gymnast with excellent technique and execution, goes 7th. But the man who qualified top will go last. And is it a case of saving the best for last? Arte Davtjan of Armenia, the 31-year-old, produced a 15.000 in qualification. The gymnasts will salute and acknowledge the judges. And then to the warm-ups they go before the official start of the competition. The floor exercise we will see later today. The women's floor exercise, 8 competitors who will go, but we begin with 2 events concurrent to one another, the women's balance beam and the men's vault. In the women's balance beam, first rotation sees Pinkston, Achampong, Okamura and Lai of Chinese Taipei go. Pinkston, a bronze medalist last time out, the much improved Belgian gymnast. And one of 2 Belgians in the final. For the men's vault, going in the first rotation, Jakob Karlsson, Mahdi Ulfati, Dimitar Dimitrov and Shek Hong of Hong Kong, China. 32-year-old who can produce the absolutely spectacular. As Okamura Mana, still only 18 years old. Very graceful. Great to see her in the mix here. The 2022 Asian Games champion. She'll be going after Achampong has done with her brief warm-up. Final moments of warm-up. Pinkston will start, the Belgian who waits just off the mat. Here's Okamura. This is a man who can produce the spectacular. Has the most difficult vault in the final. And if you think of Shek Waiong, you think height, you think flight, and you think plenty of risk. He can be astonishingly good. Carlsen. Lai Pinju is just warming up on the balance beam as Mahdi Fati prepares to go. Braces on both knees. So just about set to go in the respective finals. Women's balance beam final and the men's vault final to happen concurrently. They will alternate, one athlete at a time, on apparatus. And Erika Pinkston of Belgium. Erika Pinkston, she turned 16 around the last time she was in Cairo for a World Cup leg, as she made her World Cup debut in Cairo last year. She made 2 finals and she finished with 2 bronze medals. One of them came in the balance beam, the other on uneven bars.
And there we go. The balance beam exercise of Belgium's Erika Pinkston.
Qualified second for this final, 13.230. Pinkston to begin. Mounts with a round-off layout step out. She's shown real skill and mastery of the basics. While not performing the most difficult routines, she certainly scores well on execution, does Pinkston. She only has a difficulty of 5.2, but has excellent execution. Polite applause from the crowd. And still so relatively young. The confidence has been growing as she matures as a gymnast. Lovely from Pinkston to start. The dismount to round off to 1.5 twists. And one of 2 Belgians in this balance beam final, along with uneven bars Olympic champion Nina Derval. And while we wait for her score, we will see the vaults of Jakob Carlsen of Norway. Jakob Carlsen qualified 5th for this men's vault final with 14.350, the 22-year-old. Lacking in the difficulty values compared to many other gymnasts in this final, but his execution can be excellent. Oh, big side step on the landing. In terms of his execution, in qualification, 9.2 for his second vault in qualification.
And Jakob won the bronze medal on vault at the Youth Olympic Games in Argentina a couple of years ago.
Big side step for Carlsen, trying to land the Dragulescu.
Let's wait for the score of his first vault until we continue.
Just going through the motions ahead of his second vault as he waits patiently for the score of his first. Just waiting for the scores for his Dragulescu. intriguing to note that he does the half turn out early. It's a relatively unusual technique.
And there's the score, 14.366.
So Carlsen preparing for his second vault, 14.366. That penalty for both feet out of the tram lines. 0.3 penalty for his opening vault. Now for this vault, 9.2 in execution in qualification. A little step forward, but really nicely landed by Carlsen, who is delighted by this. Meanwhile, Erika Pinkston, 13.166, so she's a little down on her qualification of 13.230, the 16-year-old. Execution of just under 8. Ondine Achampong of Great Britain, the top qualifier for the balance beam final, goes second in this rotation. She turned 20 a week ago. The 20-year-old Ondine Achampong had a 0.1 penalty in qualification. She still finished top by over half a point. She takes a great deal of risk on the beam. She's been practicing the front walkover mount. Now there's quite a bit in this routine, which makes for more moments of something to go wrong, but it also allows for something special when it all comes together. And this is a gymnast who can make it all come together. This is lovely from Achampong. She has the joint highest difficulty in the final. An athlete who's already claimed a medal in Cairo this weekend, having won uneven bars bronze on day one of the finals. But she's a very fine athlete on balance beam. The European Youth Olympic Festival champion back in 2019 on balance beam, and somebody who's looking to make an improved performance here from a qualification score of 13.770. She's set to join UCLA Berkeley this year. Should do 2.5 twisting dismount. And that's splendidly executed by Ondine Achampong. Carlsen, meanwhile, what's he score for his Kasamatsu 1.5? 14.416 is his score overall. So a slight improvement from qualification and maybe just challenging for a medal. Mahdi Ulfati next to go.
World Cups, Continental Championships, World Championships, and even Olympics. On vote now for Iran.
For the Islamic Republic of Iran, 22-year-old Mahdi Ulfati next to go. 14.4 in qualification. Fabulous vaulter. And the execution for his first vault in qualifying scored him a massive 9.533. If he can land that again, he's certainly in with a charge for the gold medal. Big step back on the landing. But very nicely done. Man who wrote his name into the history books when he delivered a telling performance at the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou. He secured Iran's first medal in the history of artistic gymnastics at the Continental Multisport event, a silver on vault. Yurchenko double pike. Name for Yang Wei, China's three-time Olympic champion. Just lovely in the air. Such great technique. So Mahdi Al-Fati. First vault score 14.933, 9.333 execution. That's really good. Not quite as high as qualification, but this could set him up for a challenge for a medal. It was only really the landing that set him a bit short for his first vault. How does he perform his second? Oh! And a clap of the hands, frustratingly, as he berates himself, Mahdi Al-Fati. Tsukahara double pike. Ondin Achampong, 12.633. So, significantly down on qualification. And currently behind Pinkston. Okamura Mana is third to go on balance beam. Japan's 18-year-old Okamura Mana. A D score of 5.6, so a better E score than in qualification, and she could challenge for the gold medal here, 13.230. She was warming up with a round-off layout step-out. She did a much less complex jump to middle splits last year. Earning a little roar of approval from the crowd. Oh, that's lovely. She's a very graceful athlete, and great to see her genuinely in the mix for a medal here. Nicely controlled. The rhythm and fluency throughout her routine is generally exceptional. And showing why. She was able to romp to glory at the Asian Games, champion in Hangzhou for the Asian Games 2022. On balance beam, also won silver in the all-round final. She had a few miscues though in Hangzhou, and she's spoken about wanting to turn her regrets into motivations. Solid on dismounts. Quick reflex and a smile from Okamura. Now Mahdi Al-Fati. With Yurchenko double pike, he's got the penalty after the landing, but 14.166, so he's second at the moment. To the men's vault final. Dimitar Dimitrov, the 27-year-old Bulgarian, sixth in qualification, 14.330. A man with consistently impressive E scores, but both his vaults have D scores of 5.2. But you can always expect a strong effort in the vault final from Dimitrov. Ooh. Now needs to produce something big in the second vault. He knows that didn't quite come together as he would have liked for a very impressive vaulter. He only finished third in his national championships though. Did win the floor title. A man who's been doing gymnastics for over 20 years. Just a little cramped by the time he came to the landing. What does he score for his Kasamatsu 1.5? And this is where I think of Blythe Lawrence, who talks about trying to be too perfect sometimes. Gymnasts 13.2 for his opening jump. Second vault for the Bulgarian, and again he's not quite got the landing right. Really trying to stick the landing for the second vault in succession. Now Okamura Mana on balance beam 13.133, so she is just behind Pinkston. The last athlete to go in the first rotation is Chinese Taipei's 22-year-old Lai Pinju. The 22-year-old Lai Pinju, having qualified 7th with a 12.80. She makes many finals, does Lai Pinju, but she hasn't converted that to many medals. But she's got an original routine which she's brought to Cairo. The beam is only 4 inches wide, so it's very much about keeping a straight line. And certainly there's a clue in the title of the apparatus, the balance beam. You can get an indication there of just how narrow that beam is. The gymnasts need to be perfect. She won silver on balance beam at Merston a couple of years ago in the Challenge Cup. Former Asian Games bronze medalist as well. And this routine is coming together nicely. Looking for the very steady dismount, and it's beautifully executed by Lai Pinju of Chinese Taipei. Can she challenge for a medal? Now, Dimitrov, for his 2 vaults, he'll take the 0.1 penalty on that second vault, but 13.116. He is currently 3rd. Now, here's a man who can do the exceptional. Shek Guai-hong of Hong Kong, China, the 32-year-old. Think height, think flight, think risk. This is a man who is a star on vault, and glorious to watch when it all comes together. Shek Guai-hong for his first vault.
He's one of the more experienced athletes at this World Cup.
Sprinting down the runway, 25 meters he's got. Oh, the knees not quite tucked into the position he would like, drifting a little as well. But other than that, it's beautifully done. A full twisting Tsukahara double back, or the Risi Guang. And to execute that, that's a vault with a D score of 6. which is the most difficult vault in this final, it must be noted. First male gymnast to represent Hong Kong at the Olympic Games when he competed at the Games in London in 2012. What does he score for his first? Shek Wai Hong, 14.833 for his first. Difficulty of 6, execution of 8.933. Now a big second. And potentially on the podium for a man who was on the podium twice in last year's series. Bronzes in Cottbus and Baku. Very, very nicely executed. Great height, lovely in the air. And he can take a great deal of pride in his performance in this vault final. A thumbs up as well. Now the mark to beat is Jakob Carlsen's 14.416. Has he done enough? Lai Pinju, 12.6 for the athlete from Chinese Taipei.
We receive an inquiry, ladies and gentlemen, for the balance beam exercise of Japan's Mana Okamura, which means that she does not agree with her difficulty score, but the score remains unchanged. Difficulty score 5.4 for Mana Okamura of Japan.
Next four athletes warming up for balance beam. Lucia Hribar, Eitora Torsdottir, Nina Derweil and Cassandra Lustelot will go in the second rotation on the balance beam final. Torsdottir just warming up. Next to go in the second rotation for the vault final for men, Trinh Hai Kang, Nazar Chipurni, James Bakweti and Arthur Davtyan, who's already qualified for Paris. Nina Derweil, so accustomed to seeing her on uneven bars, but after the shoulder injury and shoulder surgery. Now, 14.799, he goes in front by some margin here, does the man from Hong Kong, China. And given that Arthur Davtyan is already qualified for Paris, that is a big performance from Shek, nailing that Dragulescu, his second vault. Trinh Hai Kang will be next to go in the vault final, just warming up. Cassandra Lustelot of Mexico just warming up on balance beam. It'll be Lucia Hribar of Slovenia who will start the second rotation. Nazar Chipurni, an exceptional vaulter. And if somebody can genuinely challenge Arthur Davtyan for gold, you've got to believe it's Nazar Chipurni. Hribar. Here's Bakweti. So just about set for the second rotations in the balance beam final and the men's vault final. Lucia Hribar, the 22-year-old from Slovenia, the only athlete in the final with a D-score of under 5 at 4.9, but she's already secured a nominative berth for the Paris Olympic Games after a performance at the 2023 World Championships. So this is working on her form. Good clean mount for Hribar. And somebody who's also excellent on the uneven bars. remember she won bronze medal, I think it was at the 2018 Mediterranean Games on uneven bars. Very nicely executed. Just incorporating so many acrobatic elements. With just a little adjustment. But is there confidence in her performance? Well, she's getting good height off the apparatus. A steady dismount for Hribar and a smile from the Slovenian.
Slovenia. She was born in the capital in Ljubljana 22 years ago. She was here in 22 and 23 as well.
Vietnam's Trinh Hai Kang, the 23-year-old from Hanoi, qualified 8th with 14.180. His first vault has a D-score of 5.6. His second only at 5, the lowest difficulty vault in this final. He can produce excellent execution. And that's a really nicely done first vault.
First vault of Hai Kang. He was born in Hanoi, 23 years old. He was here last year as well. Will be stranded in the qualifications. And look, now in 2024, with more.
Just looking to stick the landing.
He managed to qualify.
Round off half on front double twist off. It's an interesting vault to use because it's quite a complex vault and it's not a vault that many gymnasts use. But this is an athlete determined to earn a spot for the Olympic Games. What does he score for his first vault? .433, execution of 9.033. It's a really good execution score. Good height, but his landing is needed some adjustment. A number of steps back after hitting the mat. He can smile nonetheless. 2 vaults complete. Hribar scores 12 and she is 5th. Qualified with a 12.7. Representing Netherlands is Eytora Torsdottir, the 25-year-old born in Rotterdam. She had the highest E-score in qualification of 8.3, but her difficulty is just 5. But 6th at the World Championships in the all-around last year. And her routines have never looked better than over the past year. So what does she have in store for us here? And what you want to see on beam are routines that are a series of fluid connected elements that flow. Oh, she comes off the apparatus. It's been a while since she won her only FIG World Cup event medal, and that came in Ljubljana at the World Challenge Cup back in 2015. And I think it was on floor. After coming off courageously straight back onto the beam to complete her routine. For somebody who hasn't competed in a balance beam final at a major international event since 2017.
She did a wonderful job at the World Championships in Belgium last year, where she finished 6th in the all-around.
A slightly wry smile. 14.066 for the Vietnamese Trinh Hai Kang. Nazar Chipurny of Ukraine. The 2021 World Challenge Cup winner in Varna and in Cairo. 21-year-old Nazar Chipurny of Ukraine is next to go in vault. He also won bronze in the pommel horse back in Cairo in years gone by. Very, very nicely done. Nazar Chipurny qualified second, 14.930. His overall mark in qualification. And this is an athlete who can genuinely challenge for the gold medal here. He won Cottbus, Doha and Cairo silvers on vault behind Artur Davtjan in 2022. He claimed vault gold in Davtjan's absence in Baku. And at the Cairo World Cup in 2023, he claimed silver behind Davtjan. And he begins with a Dragulescu, and it's beautifully executed. The reigning national vault champion. He was the top qualifier at the World Vault Final in 2021. Made a mistake, wound up 7th, I think it was. But stuck the Dragulescu.
14.966.
And it's a really good score. Execution of 9.366, 14.966 for Chipurny. Capable of landing the Kasamatsu double twist as well, which is his second. Now this is a man capable of winning Olympic medals and wants to get to the Olympic Games. Oh, just a little adjustment on the landing. But other than that, a superb Kasamatsu double twist. Heitor Torsdottir, 12.6, so she is 5th overall, having come off the apparatus. Now a familiar face, the Olympic champion in uneven bars. Having won in Tokyo in 2021. Belgium's Nina Derweil qualified 6th, the 23-year-old. She knows how to compete. The mark to beat is her compatriot's 13.166. Erika Pinkston is guaranteed a medal in Cairo yet again in the balance beam because she leads with 2 gymnasts to go, Derweil and Lustelot. And this is a real chance for Derweil. Let's see what she makes of it. Somebody who missed the World Championships last year in Belgium after dislocating her shoulder, required surgery, and that shoulder's still not ready for her to compete on uneven bars. But if she wants to defend her Olympic title, she's going to need to be back on the uneven bars fairly quickly. Next event in Cottbus, and then Baku, and then Doha. And best three scores count. Good balance, held it in the end, Derval. She landed a 15.2 in that uneven bars final in Tokyo. First Olympic medal in artistic gymnastics for Belgium. Belgium's first gold in Tokyo. And she links elements so well, and that's fundamental to beam. Oh, what a lovely dismount. Nina Derval, who won Belgium's Dancing with the Stars after her Olympic gold medal. 14.899 for Nazar Chepurni. It's slightly down on qualification after taking that 0.1 penalty, but he is in gold medal position currently with 2 athletes to go. The men's vault final continues with Australia's James Bakweti, the penultimate competitor, qualified 7th with 14.270. The 28-year-old from Canberra, very clean gymnast. He's got excellent technique and execution. He did take a 0.1 deduction in qualifying on his second vault, though. Managed to keep it relatively straight, Bakweti. Man who took bronze in vault at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham.
He's 28 years young. The bronze medalist on this apparatus on vaults. Bronze medalist of the Commonwealth
Just
Games.
losing the leg a little in the air.
In Birmingham.
On the Dragulescu.
And that means quite something.
A man who's also a businessman and a coach. He runs a videography and photography services company in Canberra, the Australian capital. So his first vault, maybe a little rough in places, but he landed it. .1, execution of 8.5 for the Dragulescu.
Second vault of Australia's James Bakweti.
Bakweti's second vault. Building up a good head of steam down the runway. Oh, thought he had it.
James Bakweti of Australia.
Doesn't land it. Now, Nina Derval, after a Steingruber dismount, she goes into gold medal position, 13.633. She's ahead of Pinkston by half a point effectively. And Belgium have 2 medals guaranteed in the beam. Only Cassandra Lustelot can deny Derval gold. 23-year-old Mexican Cassandra Lustelot has the joint highest difficulty in this final. But having qualified 5th, she'll need likely a marked improvement in execution to challenge for a medal. Oh, struggling with the mount. And for Lustelot, what she'll be looking for in this World Cup series is trying to impress her Olympic committee in this Olympic year, aiming to compete in Paris. Oh. And you've got to feel for the athletes, the amount of sacrifice, dedication, work and effort that they put in. She's a resilient gymnast, and she's an excellent gymnast. Her performance at the Central American and Caribbean Games in San Salvador last year was exceptional. She helped Mexico to team gold. But she knows this is not her day, that she will bravely continue. She's had both knee and shoulder surgery in recent years. Holds it. Not her most assured performance, she will know, and a courageous performance from Lustelot to finish the beam. Bakwetti 13.583, his score, just struggled with the landing. But this is Artur Davtjan's opportunity to win a 7th gold on vault from his last 7 events in the World Cup series. As the top qualifier, he is poised to do exactly that. Chipurni has made it difficult. He's laid down a 14.899. Shakwai Hung a 14.799. Artur Davtjan of Armenia, the 31-year-old sublime vaulter. He makes vault look simple. In short, he does difficult vaults excellently and is remarkably consistent. He's won his last 6 World Cup events that he's competed in, dating back to February of 2022, missing the annual Baku World Cup. Doesn't quite stick the landing, but he's an exceptional vaulter. The 2022 world champion, and the first Armenian ever to win an artistic gymnastics world title. And first ever Olympic medalist as well when he won bronze in the vault at Tokyo. Just a step to the side for his Dragulescu. A handspring double front half twist out, and he's an absolute master of the 2 vaults that he generally puts together. Davtjan, tattoo of the Olympic rings on the base of his neck. Former European champion on pommel horse as well, but this is his speciality, apparatus. Now he's chasing 14.899. Nazar Chipurni's mark, 14.833 for his first vault. He's got the 0.1 penalty for the step out of the tram lines. This needs to stick. His second vault. Oh, he's just great in the air. But has he done enough? As the FIG president is among those who watches on here in Cairo. Artur Davtjan the last competitor to go in the men's vault final. Cassandra Lustelot, 9.733. Having come off the apparatus a few times. Execution of 4.33. It's a disappointing start to her World Cup series, but she made the final and she recognises that she might have areas to improve on. But it was a courageous finish to her balance beam routine. Now for Artur Davtyan. Nazar Chipurni's mark is 14.899. Shek Wai Hung 14.799, currently in silver medal position. 14.416 is bronze medal position. But Davtyan is challenging for the gold medal. Has he done enough? Qualified with 14.883. It's a silver medal. Nazar Chipurni has upset Artur Davtyan in the Cairo vault final. Dervaal and Pinkston 1 and 2 for Belgium so far. Okamura Mana currently in bronze medal position. And on the podium again, the 18-year-old. This time for the Asian Games champion in Hangzhou. It's a bronze in the balance beam. 13.133 for Okamura as she wins bronze behind a pair of Belgian gymnasts. Qualified third, finished third. Waving is Nina Dervaal, who qualified sixth but finished first. Erika Pinkston, the 16-year-old who just seems to love competing in Cairo. 13.166. That's her first silver medal on the World Cup series. She qualified second and she wins silver. So bronze in 23, silver in 24. What will she do in 25? Nina Dervaal, the Olympic champion on uneven bars, 13.633. She is champion on the balance beam. And this an incredibly tight final, the men's vault final. The bronze medalist from Hong Kong, China, Shek Wai Hung, the 32-year-old, 14.799. Landed his first vault nicely, the Risi Guang, and then his second, the Dragulescu, and he has bronze again. This time in Cairo after bronzes in Cottbus and Baku last year. Artur Davtyan, in the last 6 World Cup events he's competed in, he's won gold. He wins silver now behind Nazar Chipurni. Representing Ukraine, the 21-year-old who's won gold in the World Challenge Cup in Cairo back in 2021. 14.899, good enough to claim a very fine gold in Cairo after sticking his Dragulescu and then a Kasamatsu double twist. 3 exceptional vaulters. Confirming the results of the balance beam, it's Belgium 1-2. Nina Dervaal and Erika Pinkston 1 and 2. Okamura Mana of Japan finishes third, just ahead of Ondina Champong, who was the top qualifier. Laipinchu 5th overall, Torsdottir 6th. Heribar already qualified for the Olympic Games 7th, and Lustelot 8th. Chipurni, who finished with silver last year in Cairo, has gold in 2024 as he edges Artur Davtyan, who was favoured for the gold medal. Shek Wai Hung did splendidly to get himself onto the podium. 14.799 in a very tight final. Jakob Karlsson just off the podium and Mahdi Al Fatih of Iran 5th. I can tell you that Artur Davtyan has seen his score changed for his second vault, so the new result means Nazar Chapurni's 14.899 is good enough for the silver medal. And because his second vault has now scored over 15, Artur Davtyan does indeed continue his run of gold medals for every event he competes in. Execution of 9.433 for his second vault means that his tally is 14.933, and he is champion again in Cairo. Shek Wei-hung remains in bronze medal position. Here's the confirmed results, the official results after the final rotation. Artur Davtyan takes gold ahead of Nazar Chapurny, with Shek Wei-hung claiming bronze. 14.933, the victorious total. The medalists from the men's vault final make their way to the podium. The presenters will be out shortly as well. Three incredibly talented athletes who are all excellent in the air.
The medals, ladies and gentlemen, are presented by WAG Athletes Commission Presidents. By Walid Chowki, board member of the Egyptian Gymnastics Federation, and by Mohammed Ali, Technical Committee President of the Egyptian Gymnastics Federation. Third place and bronze medal winner from Hong Kong, China,
Shek Wei-hung qualified with a 14.450 in the final. The 32-year-old produced a 14.799 as the man from Hong Kong, China takes bronze after landing the Risi Guang, the Tsukahara double back and then the Dragulescu. Nazar Chapurny takes silver behind Artur Davtyan for the second year in succession in Cairo with a 14.899 after landing a Dragulescu and a Kasamatsu double twist. But Artur Davtyan is champion. His second vault score was changed. His final tally 14.933. And for the 7th World Cup event in succession that he has attended, Artur Davtyan takes gold on vault, landing the Dragulescu. First up, Shek Wei-hung, Nazar Chapurny, Artur Davtyan. Three exceptional athletes, and what a men's vault final we enjoyed. Now for the national anthem of Armenia. It's been a good weekend for the Davtyan family. Artur's older brother Vahagan took silver on the rings. Confirming the medalists then in the men's vault final. Bronze to Shekwahong of Hong Kong, China. Silver to Nasashchepurny of Ukraine. And gold to Arkadavchan of Armenia.
Great podium, wonderful gymnast. Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here in Cairo. Medal ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, for the women's balance beam final. Please welcome the medal winners.
And now the medalists for the balance beam final. 2 from Belgium, 1 from Japan.
And we also welcome the medal presenters.
Certainly turned out to be an enthralling final in the balance beam. Rundi Nachampong, who qualified top, was over a point down on her qualification score, finished 4th. Mr. Watanabe, the FIG president, will present the gold medal.
Third place and bronze medal winner from Japan, Mana Okamura.
Okamura Mana of Japan takes the bronze medal, a 13.133 for the Asian Games champion.
The silver medal from Belgium, Erika Pinkston.
Erika Pinkston, the 16-year-old, bronze last time she was in Cairo on the beam, silver this year, and she'll have to return next year. But Nina Derval of Belgium, the Olympic champion on uneven bars, competing in the balance beam here because her shoulder's not quite ready to compete on uneven bars, having qualified 6th. A massive improvement in qualification by over 0.6. And 13.633 means the Olympic gold medalist is on the top tier of the podium. She's claimed gold before on the balance beam. The European Games back in 2019 she took gold. Silver at the European Championships in 2018. But for the first time this weekend at the Cairo World Cup, we will hear the national anthem of Belgium.
And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Belgium.
A lovely routine, connected elements that just flowed. Nina Derval, who dismounted with the Steingruber dismount. The Gainer Pike with a full twist, claims the gold medal. Confirming the medalists in the women's balance beam final, bronze to Okamura Mana of Japan, and Belgium with a 1-2. Erika Pinkston takes silver, and Nina Derval takes gold.
Gymnast, congratulations. It was a pleasure having you here.